All right, Shalom. Shalom, first and foremost. Call her name La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. All right, double on as much respect to our apostles. The taught us this truth. All right, brothers, peace salutation unto the Lord's elect. Um, so as you see all these things transpiring all over the world, um, the Lord's bringing wars, rumors of wars, um, fires, earthquakes, diverse places. And you're seeing that the Lord's repaying all them that hate him to their face. All right, pursuing um the book of Deuteronomy, the seventh chapter, which matter of fact, I'll start with that. All right. It says Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 9. It says, know therefore that the Lord thy power, he is the most high Al Bashim Ashai, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keepeth his commandments to 1,000 generations, and repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hated him, he will repay him to his face. Therefore thou shalt keep the covenant commandments and the statutes and the judgments I command thee this day to do them. Right. So the Lord repaid them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack. All right. So this is why these things are happening on the earth, because the Lord is repaying all the wicked. See, the Lord said he start to visit the earth which he made. And so the Lord's visiting, man. All right. The Lord's putting the spirit on these kings and rulers to like tell on themselves, to basically become dumbass reprobates. They got in this whole fire thing, right? That's going on over there in the West Coast, LA. They're bringing out all the incompetence of these mayors, governors, and different officials, and you got women in power over there, man. So it says in Isaiah 3:12, children are their oppressors and women rule over them, man. So you got incompetence, man, that's going on over there. It says lessons from the Los Angeles fires, right? This is from yesterday, Friday, January 10th. Zero Hedge, right? It says lessons from the fire. Lesson number one: it matters of life and death hired based on merit, solely on merit, not DIE. All right. So here it is. Yeah, this place is set up, because this place is set up for wickedness to walk on every side, because the vilest men are being exalted, man. So you got people in power, man, that don't even belong there, you know. Okay, you had the mayor of Los Angeles going to Africa when the city is at risk, man, of disaster. Lesson number two, it says here. Lesson number two. So hey, you got corruption and negligence, man. All right. Let's get the word for negligence. See, because without proper governance, you have chaos, you know. And these motherfuckers are chaotic, man. These devils. All right. And the ones that these devils put up there for to rule over you, man. You know, I tell you in Ecclesiastes 10 and 16, you know, woe to thee, thou land, when thou king is a child, you know. As a matter of fact, let's get that. Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 16. It says, woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season for strength and not for drunkenness, man. Yeah, right. So blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, man, and thy princes eat in due season. So it says, "Woe to thee," when that king's a child, and you got terrible decision makers up there, man. Gavin Newsom, and and Eric Adams, and Donald J, and the what's this guy called? Uh, Sleepy Joe. They're supposed to be the decision makers. That these see, but hey, these Rothschilds and these Rockefellers, these bankers behind the scenes, they know what they're doing. They'll leave these dumbasses to run things, to be the what you call the face. They're the fall guys, these presidents and these governors and these different people that hold office on behalf of the so-called white man. So they're the scapegoats, man. But hey, Esau is just a terrible ruler, and he got negligence. So the word negligence means heedlessness, disregard of duty, inactivity, indifference, habit of omitting to do things which ought to be done. Negligence, slothful, injury, injustice, careless, carelessness, heedlessness, neglect. See, these devils neglect a lot of things, man. That's why these fires popped off, because they've been neglecting, saying the fire department cutting costs, this and that. Well, the Lord uses all this, and he makes your whether it was an inside job or whether it was natural disaster, brought by the Lord. But these devils are negligent, in their and what they do, you know, and their policies and how they take care of what's given to them, which the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So they're to blame, for everything. All right, because they're the government. They're the one you paying everything to, and they're the ones that are in authority, right, man? So it says neglect, omit to do or to perform, treat carelessly or heedlessly, treat with disrespect or without proper attention or care. That's what they're doing to the earth and to the people. That's why it says the prince of Tyrus sit in the midst of the seas, Ezekiel 28th chapter. You know, he sits in the midst of the seas, but what is he doing? He's omitting, neglecting these people, man, treating them with disrespect or without proper attention or care. To make light of, disregard, to be indifferent, to take heed, not trouble oneself about. It says not to pick up, but pick up, select. Right, man. So, hey, there's these devils, ungodly father. The scripture say the children, Sirach 41, shall complain of ungodly father. I believe children, let me prove that, shall complain of an ungodly father, man. So, hey, you got this ungodly devil up there, But he's the main hater of the Most High, which you got our people too. They're being repaid to their face too, because you're losing your livelihoods. The Lord's judging you, man. You got Jake. I was watching. It wasn't just Esau, man. It wasn't just Esau getting affected. It was Jake. The Lord's taking Jake's dreams from them, man. Their aspirations and their hopes. Family houses that were passed down for you, because none of this shit is ours, man. All of this is defiled, man. The Lord told us to seek Him, you know. So, hey, all this shit is polluted, man, and it's all going to destroy you with a sword of destruction, man. So, Sirach 41:7, yeah, the children shall complain about ungodly father. All right, and that's time we're living in, man. Everybody's complaining about devils, you know. All right, so this is the book of Hey, Salaki, hold on. Good computer freezing up on me, man. Just want to make sure this working right. Just want to make sure this is working right. Yeah, yeah, okay. So yeah, you got these many lessons that was learned from this situation that happened, right? This fire. Right? So we already read this. So Job 37 and verse 1. And it says, "And this also my heart trembled, and is moved out of his place. Hear attentively the noise of his voice, and the sound that goeth out of his mouth. He directed it under the whole heaven, and his lightnings onto the ends of the earth." The Lord said, Scripture say, "The Lord shall threaten who shall not be utterly beaten in powder at his presence." All right. So it says, 4 verse. After it, a voice roareth. He thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard. It says, "The Most High thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things doeth he which we cannot comprehend. For he saith to the snow, Be thou on the earth, likewise to the small rain, and to the great rain of his strength. He sealeth up the hand of every man, and that all men may know his work. Then the beasts go into the dens and remain in their places. Out of the south cometh the whirlwind, and the cold out the north. By the breath of the Most High frost is given, and the breath of the waters are straightened. Also by the watering he wearieth the thick cloud, and he scattereth his bright cloud, and is turned right about his counsels, that they may do whatsoever he commanded them upon the face of the whole earth, or the world and the earth. So hey, the Lord is thundering marvelously, and the things that he's doing we cannot comprehend fully. Even though it says what we see through a glass darkly. You know, see, because everything is moving according to the beat drum roll of prophecy, the beat of prophecy. So hey, we just got to sit back and watch. And examine it through the scriptures. You know, they sit back and watch and enjoy the Lord's movie, man. All right, because the Lord said, "Be sober and watch." I come as a thief. So hey, the things that are revealed unto us, as it says in Deuteronomy 29:29, belong to us and our children forever and ever. All right, but there's certain things that we can't comprehend, man, of the Lord. You know how he's doing every single thing. But you got to sit back and watch, man, and the Lord will reveal it. All right, Deuteronomy 29:29. The secret things belong to the Lord our power, but those things shall revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. Right. So the secret things belong to the Lord our power. And here it is. He has made us, he's given us of his secrets, man. Amos 3:7. I will do nothing, but I reveal my secrets unto the servants, the prophets, right? So, more things are showed unto thee than men understand, why the Lord's doing these things, why people are perishing, left and right, why America's collapsing. See, that world is getting ready to set on fire. The Western world is getting ready to be put out to pasture. So anywho, it says 2 8:15. Now therefore, Lord, I will speak touching man in general. Thou knowest best, but touching thy people, for whose sake I am sorry, and for thine inheritance, for whose cause I mourn, and for Israel, whom I am heavy, and for Jacob, for whose sake I am troubled. Therefore, I will begin to pray before thee for myself and for them, for I will see the falls of us, for I see the falls of us that dwell in the land. But I have heard the swiftness of the judges to come. Right? I have heard the swiftness of the judges to come. Therefore, what? We warn of his coming. The coming of the what? Of the just one. Let's get that too. The coming of the just one. All right, Matthew. Was it 24? Let me see. Shalom, Yahbashim Shabbat. Said the coming of the just one. It's not the one. Oh, yeah, Acts 7, and the Acts 7:52, and say, oh wow, this is crazy. Yeah, Acts 7 and the 52 is good. This computer acting crazy, man. It's crazy. See, it never happens. Acts 7:52. Hold on, this is good. And it say, which of the prophets have your father not persecuted, and they have slain that which them which have showed before the coming of the just one. Yep. Of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers, right? So um here it is, second 8 and 18. I have heard the swiftness of the judge is to come. So that swiftness, therefore we warn. The scripture say, we pull men out the fire, hating even the garment spotted by the flesh. So it says, 2 8 and 19, it says, therefore hear my voice and understand my words, and I shall speak before thee. This is the beginning of the words of Ezra before he was taken up, before he was beamed up, which the Lord is about to take us up. That's the fate of the saints, the patience and the faith of the saints. O Lord, thou that dwellest in everlastings, which beholdest from above things of heaven and things on earth, whose throne is inestimable. Scripture say, let's come before the throne of the Lord with boldness, that we may obtain mercy in the time of trouble. Hebrews 4 and 16. See, so that throne is inestimable, you know, which throne, we serve, but it says, whose glory may not be comprehended. See, we see it through we see it through a glass darkly, right? Before whom the hosts of angels stand with trembling. It says in Psalms, the 99th chapter, let the earth tremble, the inhabitants of the earth tremble before the Lord, the heathen tremble. See, so everyone's going to tremble, man, at the press of the Lord, whose throne is inestimable, man. 22nd verse, it says, whose service is conversant in wind and fire, whose words is true and saying constant, whose commandment is strong and ordinance fearful. Yeah. I had this demon come up earlier talking about, well, do you believe in things you don't see? He being facetious. He's talking, in circles and shit. That's what these people do. That's why we don't deal with these people like that, man. There's some fucking reprobates, that are double-minded, that are not real. All right. They're all polluted and confused. See, that's why the Lord gave us this understanding, because you have the mind of the Lord. We don't have the mind of the world. We've not received the mind of the world, so they don't understand that the Lord's word is faithful and true. It's like, did you read the original Bible? That's why they always come with this nonsense. You know, See, we have the scriptures. The word is true and faithful. We don't have to go dig up the original Hebrew text from what I'm saying, from the one that Esau got when he pulled it out nah. We don't have to do none of that, because the Lord already preserved his word. Matter of fact, let's prove that. So it says Psalms 12 and the sixth verse. It says, the words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in the furnace of the earth, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Lord. Thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. What words? The words. They're preserved, kept in store. The wicked walk on every side when the violent men are exalted. So, like I said before, you got these clowns running the earth. The wicked are walking on every side. That's why the cities up there burning and shit, and all over the place, number looting, chaos, madness, women in power and shit. All right. The Lord has kept in store his word, man, so that at the end, the prophecy would speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, Habakkuk, the second chapter. You know. So this thing is kept in store, man. And the vengeance of the Lord, he's repaying to his enemies, to his face. Psalms 81 and the 10th verse. It said, I'm the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, which brought thee out the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. Yeah, Israel would, in other words, don't want no parts of me. They're ashamed of me. That's why it says that I'll deny, whosoever denied me before my father, him will I deny. Uh, whosoever denied before me, and I'll deny before my father, right? So Israel would have none of me, but they're ashamed of this gospel, this testimony. It says, so I gave them up onto their own hearts' lust, and they walked in their own counsels. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. Yeah, the reason you're in captivity is because hey, you're doing petty little shit amongst yourselves. You know, you can't get along with yourselves. You can't do the right thing. You can't apologize. You know, you can't take the low. You know, you're proud. Even in the faith, you're proud. You deal however you want to deal with each other. You know, and you err not, not applying the scriptures, not going after, and we all in the flesh. That's why the scriptures speak about the good fight of faith. You know, so hey, you're in captivity, man, because you're not hearkening, man. Israel had walked in my ways. That's why it says with their mouth they show much love. Their heart is far from me. You know. So anyway, it says I should have soon subdued their enemies. That's why you're not under the new covenant yet, because you're still a reprobate. As a people. You know. So who's being accepted with favor? There's those that walk in the ways. I should have soon subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured. And he should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with the honey out the rock, I would have satisfied thee. I should have satisfied thee. So, hey, you got individuals that the Lord is repaying, starting with these so-called white people, man. These devils, these Edomites, but two-thirds of our people, they're shitbags, two-thirds of them, the Lord is recompensing them to their face, because they're enemies of the Lord, man. All the enemies of the Lord. He said in Luke 19:27, bring hither and slay before me him that would not that I reign over him. So when it comes to this knowledge, this wisdom, you come to the Lord, that means you want him to rule over you. That's why you're doing the work. That's why you carrying that cross, bearing that burden. You want the kingdom to be established on the earth, not to continue in this madness and this filth. Not to that's why I can always be saying the prophecies, the word, when it's taught with a sense of urgency, man. Scripture say hasten the day, you know. But it would seem that many of you out there, man, you love this place, you know. The Lord tells us hate our lives in this thing, John 12:25. Whoso saveth his life shall lose it. He that hated his life for my sake shall find it, right? So Psalms 14 and verse 1 says, the fool have said in his heart there is no God. It says they are corrupt. They have done abominable works, and there is none that doeth good. None that doeth good. That's why the Lord came on the scene and said, there's not one good but the Father. He even said himself wasn't good because he was going off in the past lives, right? Now, it says the Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek the Most High. In today's world, it's even worse. It's even less people that seek and understand the Lord, man. That's why I say a remnant amongst the countries where I will scatter them. So it said third verse, they are all gone aside, all gone aside. That's why it says everyone is a hypocrite, man, and an evildoer. Everyone is a hypocrite and an evildoer. That's why you got to trust in the word. in the spirit of the Lord, because men are deceitful, man. That's why the Lord told you, beware of men, you know. And Jacob is a supplanter, as Yaquab, as what they are, So it says Isaiah 9:16, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that have led of them are destroyed. Therefore, the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall he have mercy on their fatherless and the widows. For everyone is a hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand stretched out still. Yeah, everyone is a hypocrite and an evildoer. For wickedness burneth as a fire, and it shall devour the briars and thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest. And they shall mount up like the lifting of the smoke. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened. And the people shall be as the fuel for the fire, and no man shall spare his brother. Yeah, Ezekiel, the 21st chapter, brings to mind. The people shall be for the fuel of the fire. That's all the haters of the Lord that have not submitted themselves unto him. It says Ezekiel 21 and verse 30, it says, shall I cause it to return to his sheath with the sword of the Lord? I will judge thee in the place wherein thou was created, in the land of thy nativity. Yeah, because these people believe this is their rest, right? I will pour out my indignation upon thee. I will blow against thee in the fire of my wrath, and deliver thee into the hand of brutish men skillful to destroy. Thou shalt be for fuel to the fire. Thy blood shall be in the midst of the land. Thou shalt no more be remembered, for I, the Lord, have spoken it. Yeah, so again, Isaiah 9 and 19, through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and thy people shall be as a fuel for the fire. No man shall spare his brother. So Ezekiel 21:32, thou shalt be for fuel to the fire, and thy blood shall be in the midst of the land. There shall no more be remembered, for I, the Lord, have spoken it. Yeah, so who's going to be remembered, man? The friends of the Lord. That's who's going to be remembered. My friends, he said, you are my friends, John the 15th chapter. If you do whatsoever I command you. So my friend is going to be remembered. But the fool and the corrupt that say that there's no power, that do not submit themselves. See, because the people out there, they'll say, I'm not an Israelite, I'm not this, I'm not that. The Lord said, one shall subscribe himself to the name of Jacob, shall say, I'm the Lord's, only the election would do such things, right? But the point is that even though they're not Israelites, practicing and being woken up and all this, right? They still belong to the Lord. That's why they're going to perish here, because they don't want to be of the Lord. The Lord created you and you belong to him, in other words. So one must return, because the Lord's a jealous power. He said, I'm a jealous God. So the reason why they're going to perish or die, get judged, is because the Lord is jealous over his creation. And the Lord requires the souls. That's why it says, what he that winneth souls is wise. Because you're winning souls to the Lord. That's the elect. The Lord said there's a party in the heavens when one man repented, one sinner repented, right? So the Lord said, gather wheat into my barn, right? And he said, gather them, bring them into my wedding, right? That's what they command you, right? That's what the Christian called the commission, the Great Commission. Well, they're trying to gather the whole world. No, the Lord said, gather mine elect, gather my remnant, my sheep. They say they hear my voice and they'll follow me. So therefore, Psalms 81:15, the haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto the Lord, yet, they are still in rebellion. So again, Psalms, Deuteronomy 7 and the 10th verse, right? It says what? That the Lord was going to repay them to their face, all them that all them that hate him. He repaid them to his face and shall destroy them, not be slack, and repay them to his face. So, hey, the fool has said in his heart is no power, man. And so going back to Psalms 14 and verse 2, it said, the Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there was any that did understand and seek the Most High. They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. There's none that doeth good, none that one. All have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread and call not upon the Lord. They were in great fear, for the Most High is in the generation of the righteous. The Most High, they were in great fear, for the Lord Yahweh Shai is in the generation of the righteous, which the generation of the righteous come back and being woken up to the knowledge, wisdom, departing from the shadow of this world, man. You know, so it says, you have shamed the counsel of the poor because the Lord is his refuge. Oh, that the salvation of Israel will come out of Zion. When the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice and Israel shall be glad. When the Lord bring back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice and Israel shall be glad, man. Oh, that the salvation will come out of Israel, man. Because that's where deliverance comes from. That's where salvation comes from, or is coming to, you know, per the scriptures, man, per the mouth of the Lord himself, you know, contrary to what the world has to say, you know. Because this world, man, is irrelevant. It's all what they call the simulation. You know, this world is all full of chaos, man, you know, and deceit. It was all set up to oppress us, you know. So this is the great power of the Lord, man. You know, he created all these spirits, all these souls, all these nations, you know, and it's his will that we should rule over them, and that we should have them in subjection, that we should you know, be the chief amongst the nations, man. And that we will go into captivity many times and return to this knowledge and wisdom. You know, so it was all his will, you know. So it was his will, of his own will he begat us, as it tells you in Ephesians, the first chapter. And it's his will to subdue the kingdoms under us, man, and repay our enemies to his face. I tell you in Romans 12 and 19. You know, vengeance belong to me, I will repay. So 2 Edges 5 and 32. And he said unto me, hear me, and I will instruct thee, hearken to my thing that I say, and I shall tell thee more. And I said, speak on, my Lord. Then he said unto me, thou art sore troubled in mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou that people better than he that made them? No, I said, Lord, but out of a very grief I have spoken. Yeah, because the prophets, they'll complain, right, to the Lord, right? The angel saying, look, man, do you love these people more than I that made them? You know, I made these people. I put hell on them. You know, the Lord said, I wounded and he will heal. You know, so that's why it says, in your patience possess your souls, because it might seem as though, you know, the Lord, you know, he don't care for the people or this or that. You know, that's how it seems from the outside looking in, like, oh, this is a cruel guy. You know, but look, man, the Lord, he's gonna bless us, man, as a people. Even though he did wound, the Lord said he will heal. I wound, I will heal. See, in your pace possess your souls, man, because you gotta let the Lord work, man. You know, you gotta let the Lord do his thing. That's why it says, let thy will on earth be done on earth, not my own will. You know, so Deuteronomy 32 and 39 says, see now that even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, I make alive, I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. It says, for I lift up my hand to the heavens, and I say I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword, and my hand take hold on on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies and reward them that hate me. And I'll make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh. And that with the blood of the slain and of the captives from the beginning of revenge is upon the enemy. Rejoice, O ye nation, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, repay them to his face. Deuteronomy 7 and 10. Right. It will render vengeance to his adversaries and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. All right. So no other people. No other people, just his people. That's the power that whom we serve, you know, because the world doesn't know him, you know, but we know him. Therefore, it says, 2 Edges 5 and 33, speak on, my Lord. Then he said unto me, thou art sore troubled in mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou that people better than he that made them? No, I said, Lord, but of a very grief I have spoken, for my reins pain me every hour while I labor to comprehend the way of the Most High. So you got to labor to comprehend the way of the Lord. You got to labor. You got to depart from the shadow of this world. You gotta put yourself under the yoke. You know, you got to be subject onto the power, onto the law to comprehend. That's why Ezra said, while I labor to comprehend the way of the Most High. And many of yous out there in that labor. So the Lord couldn't give you the way of the Lord, man. See, the more you search the scriptures, I tell you in Matthew 7:38, the more what your belly shall be full of rivers of living water. That's why he says, stand, I stand at the door, and whosoever knocketh, I will open unto him, enter and sup with him. You know. So many of you are not able to comprehend the way of the Most High. Many of you, even of Israel. That's why I tell you in what's that, Romans the 11th chapter? Not all Israel that are Israel. Okay, so it says, while I labor to comprehend the way of the Most High, and to seek out part of His judgment, part of His judgment. And He said unto me, thou canst not. And I said, wherefore, my Lord, whereunto was I born then? What was the purpose of me being here? And why was not my mother's womb then my grave? That I might not have seen the travail of Jacob and the wearisome toil of the stock of Israel. Yeah, because we're in wearisome toil, man. So, the prophets, like Job, he said, I'd rather, cursed be the day of my mother's, my birth, you know. Jeremiah said the same thing, right? So, why was not my mother's womb my grave? If you're going to bring me here for nothing, right? Now it says, the 36th verse, and he said unto me, number me the things that thou are not yet come. Gather me together the drops that are scattered abroad, and make me the flowers green that are withered, and open me the places that are closed, and bring me forth the winds that are shut up, and show me the images of a voice. Then I will declare to thee the thing that thou laborest to know. And I said, O Lord, that bears rule, who may know these things, but he that have not his dwelling with men. All right, so that's why it says his throne is inestimable. She read earlier, 2 8:21. So 2 12 and the 23rd verse. It says, in his last days shall the Most High raise up 3 kingdoms and renew many things therein. They shall have dominion of the earth. All right. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. All right. And of those that dwell therein with much oppression, which affliction shall not rise up a second time. All right. Above all those that were before them, therefore are they called the heads of the eagle. For these are they that shall accomplish his wickedness, and they shall finish his last end. Whereas thou sawest that the gray head appeared no more, they signified that one of them shall die upon his bed yet without pain. For the 2 that remain shall be slain with the sword, for the sword of the one shall devour the other, but at the last shall he fall through the sword himself. Yeah, this is Roman Empire right now. It could be applied to today because this is the reincarnation of the Roman Empire. Now, 29th verse. And whereas thou sawest 2 feathers under the wings passing over the head, that is on the right side, it signified that these are they whom the Most High have kept unto their end. This is the small kingdom full of trouble as thou sawest. And the lion which whom thou sawest rising up out the wood and roaring, speaking to the eagle and rebuking her for her unrighteousness with all the words which thou hast heard. This is the anointed which the highest has kept for them for their wickedness on to the end. See, on to the end, which we're at here now. All right, because these devils are anointed on the left-hand side to bring this end. Right, the red and pale horse, Revelation the 6th chapter, that give power to take peace from the earth. All right, so it says, and he shall reprove them and shall upbraid them with their cruelty, for he shall set them before him alive in judgment and shall rebuke them and correct them. Yeah. Psalms the 50th chapter. I will correct thee in measure, and I will correct them in measure in front of thy eyes, right? That's what the Lord said. But hey, he did that to us. How much more you devils? You devils gonna get slavery correction, a double the trouble. The dregs of the cup we had to drink, you're gonna drink more correction, more rebuke. He shall keep them alive in judgment. That's showing you that there's going to be captive slaves in the kingdom. That's clearly showing you that everybody on the earth is not going to die, because who's going to be kept alive for judgment? It says in Amos the 9th chapter that they should be gathered and thrown into the pit. You know, that they shall they'll be torn to the pit. Amos 9:1. And I saw the Lord stand upon the altar. And he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the post may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to the heaven, thence I'll bring them down. Though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence I will command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence I will command the sword, and it shall slay them, and I will set my eyes upon them for evil and not for good. The Lord Yahweh Shemashah is he that touched the land, and it shall melt, and all that dwell therein shall mourn, and it shall rise up wholly like a flood and be drowned as the flood of Egypt. Yeah, these people are mourning, and the Lord ain't really touched the land yet, man. The Lord's bringing great fires all over the place, and that's just a semblance. That's like a little love tap, you know. That's light work, really, you know. Okay, so second Edges 12:33, for he shall set them before him alive in judgment, and shall rebuke them and correct them. For the rest of my people shall he deliver with mercy, and those that have been preserved upon my borders, he shall make them joyful unto the coming of the day of judgment. That's why he's filling his man with joy, with spirit, with the spirit, with full assurance, with a pure mind, you know. Okay, so it says, he shall make them joyful unto the coming of the day of judgment, wherefore I have spoken unto thee from the beginning. All right. Now, Psalms 25 and verse 14. It says, the secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. Mine eyes are ever toward the Lord, for he shall pluck my feet out the net. Turn thee unto me and have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. Right? Yeah, the Lord's gonna pluck our feet out of the net because we're snared in the evil time. The inhabitants of the earth are snared in the evil time. Ecclesiastes 9th chapter. All right. Turn thee unto me and have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. Oh, bring me out of my distresses, and look upon mine affliction and my pain, and forgive all my sins. Consider my enemies, for there are many enemies on all sides, and they hate me with cruel hatred. Oh, keep my soul and deliver me. Let me not be ashamed, for I put my trust in thee. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait upon thee. Redeem Israel out of all his trouble, O Most High. All right, so the secret of the Lord is with them that fear him. He will show them his covenant, which that covenant he made with our forefather Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, Genesis 17, let's see, but that covenant is being established through faith, you know. And the return of our Lord is going to solidify that covenant, you know. Because when he writes the laws in your inward parts, you know, and give you back the sure mercy of David. Now, Genesis 17 and verse 19, it says, and the Most High said, Sarah, thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. As for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him and will make him fruitful and multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, for I'll make him a great nation. Yeah, Ishmael might be a great nation, quote unquote. But in the flesh, you know, in the world, all right, they got kingdoms, Saudi Arabia, Oman, or Brunei, the United Arab Emirates. You know, they got their little thing going on. You know, but they're not the chosen. They're not the real people. They're not the true people. They're not the chosen. That's why it says the son of the bondwoman should not be heirs with the son of the free woman. You know. So it says, but my covenant I will establish with Isaac. Genesis 17:21. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee as this set time in the next year. Yeah, just like Danny C said, man. Your boy Danny. All God's children are special, but not like you, man. You know, not like the Israelites. And he left off talking with him, and the Most High went up from Abraham. Okay, so the covenant I will establish with Isaac and Jacob, not with Ishmael or Esau. So Wisdom of Solomon 12 and verse 21, it says, with how great circumspection didst thou judge thy own sons? He didn't judge Ishmael. He didn't judge Esau as he judged us. Because he said Amos 3:2. Only you have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for your iniquities. It says, unto whose fathers thou hast sworn and made covenants of good promise. Genesis 17, and that we just read, 19 on down to the 21st verse. It says, therefore, whereas thou didst chasten us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more. Yeah, in the kingdom of heaven, when these nations are in captivity for 1,000 years, that's 1,000 times more. Because those 1,000 years gonna feel like goddamn 1,000 times the punishment that we receive. Because see, you know, we're gonna have the power to really afflict these devils, you know, to really afflict these heathen. You know, so that scourges our enemies 1,000 times more. To the intent that when we judge, we should carefully think of that goodness. And when we judge ourselves, we should look for mercy. Wherefore, whereas men have lived dissolutely and unrighteously, thou hast tormented them with their own abominations. Yeah, that's why them niggas are burning in Hollywood. Them niggas shall burn more, man. Because them niggas are all freaks. They're all freaks and weirdos and shit and swingers. And that's why their properties are burning. You know, you got dead people out there. You know, you got all kind of shit happening to these people, man, because they did live what dissolutely. So it says, for they went astray very far in their ways of error, and held them for gods which have been even amongst the beasts of their enemies were despised, being deceived as children, having no understanding. Therefore, unto them, as unto children without the use of reason, thou didst send a judgment to mock them. But they would not be reformed by that correction wherein he dallied with them. They shall feel a judgment worthy of the Most High. For look what things they grudged when they were punished, that is, for them when they thought to be gods. Now being punished in them when they saw it, they acknowledged him to be the true God, whom before they denied to know, therefore came extreme damnation upon them. Hey, but you have the ones that have returned, they're gonna receive mercy. They're gonna receive great mercy, the sure mercy of David. So Hosea 9 and verse 5 and 9, my bad. It says, Ephraim shall be desolate in the day of rebuke. Among the tribes of Israel have I made known that which surely shall be. The Lord already spoke. He said he didn't speak in a secret place. So my word will not return unto me void. You know, Isaiah 55:11, also Isaiah 46:8. You know, the Lord spoke this from the beginning, man. I declaring new things from the beginning. You know, the things that should come to pass. So it says, I have made known among the tribes of Israel, have I made known that which surely shall be. The princes of Judah were like them that removed the bound. Therefore, I will pour out my wrath upon them like water. Ephraim is oppressed and broken in judgment, because he willingly walked after the commandment. Therefore, I will be unto Ephraim as a moth, and to the house of Judah as rottenness. When Ephraim saw his sickness and Judah saw his wound, then went Ephraim to the Assyrian and sent to King Jerab, yet he could not heal you nor cure you of your wound. That's why, look, they're out there crying and shit. Oh, why did our families and this and that, generations, you know, yeah, dumb niggas looking forward to the you know, crying and shit. Look, this is gonna get worse. This is gonna get worse for yous, man. Oh, why the Lord bringing this? Why this is so unfortunate and crying for these people? The Lord said, live not but cry for these people, man. Inquire how the righteous shall be delivered, man. To hell with them people. They're wicked as hell and they're getting what they deserve. Because a lot of their asses, all their asses will not return to this truth. See, you niggas gonna learn. You're gonna learn who runs things on the planet Earth. I gotta do that lesson. I've been having, too many things going on, but I gotta get to that soon. Everybody's gonna learn, man. Everybody's gonna learn, you know, who runs things in the kingdom of men, man. All right, as tells you in Daniel 4:17, man. Everybody has to learn who's the true man of the Lord. Everybody's gonna learn who the Lord is really dealing with, because you got all kind of dudes out there in Israel, that got followings or this or that. Look, the Lord said, many are called, few are chosen, man. Who is the Lord really dealing with mouth to mouth, man? That's what's going to be revealed. That's what's going to be brought forth. It's going to be undeniable. All right. Because men will deny the spirit, as you read in Psalms 7:52. They resist the Holy One, the coming of the Holy One that's been told unto them. And they resist, it says in the 51st verse, O Jerusalem, which of the prophets have your father not persecuted? You always resist the Holy Spirit, right? 51, 52. That's the gist of it. Just the same thing as was told in Matthew 23rd chapter. They dig the sepulchres of the prophets. Second Chronicles 36 and 16 on down. They have misused the prophets, oh Lord, until there arose no remedy upon them. So everybody's going to learn who really runs things on this earth and whose word and whose counsel is being established, and who the Lord is truly with, man, on the earth, because the Lord sent back his prophets. And he established in his word, made a covenant with Jacob, which is being executed as we speak, man, as the Lord is taking down our enemies and recompensing them that hate him to their faces. All right. So Hosea chapter 5 and verse 13, when Ephraim saw his sickness and Judah saw his wound, then went Ephraim to the Assyrian and sent to King Jareb, yet he could not heal you, nor cure you of your wound. For I will be unto Ephraim physicians of no value. For I will be unto Ephraim as a lion, and as a young lion to the house of Judah. Even I will tear and go away, and I will take away, and none shall rescue him. Deuteronomy 28:68, no man shall redeem you, right? No man shall buy you. 15th verse, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense, which our people are not doing, and seek my face in their affliction, they will seek me early. For Jake to admit that they did anything to you, that's like pulling teeth, man. Even in the faith, here it is. Men would never. Oh, I wasn't wrong. Oh no, I didn't do shit to you, even though dead ass wrong. Hey, I didn't do nothing to you. I was justified in my ways. I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to salute you. I don't have to say nothing to you. I don't have to say shit to you, nigga. You're not a brother. I don't have to look. You ain't shit. Who are you, nigga? See, that's the thing, man. Your people are fucking crazy. They don't understand how things work, man. And the spirit of the Lord, how the Lord works, man. And that's why I said they're not afraid to speak evil dignitaries. That's why it says, that's why the scriptures say what they say, man. All right. Because, hey, you're seeing things transpire that's in the book. That's how you know that the word is faithful and true, man. But only your eyes can see this, Only your ears can hear. Because the Lord said what? More things are showing unto thee than men understand, man. Therefore, be not uncurious and unnecessary matters. And you got men being curious in unnecessary matters, man. All kind of shit that don't really matter, Because what? The love of many is waxing cold, and Lord Spirit sending us evil spirit unbelief amongst the wicked, which most of our people are fucking wicked, man. Whether they be in the Christian church or they call themselves Israelites or whatever they want to call themselves, man. Because look, the Lord is making a distinction, man, between everything of the world and that's those that are of him, because hey, the Lord is sealing the breaches of this thing, man. And his coming is imminent, man. That's why it says, I've heard the swiftness of the judges to come. 2 8:18, man. All right. So Sirach, oh no, Wisdom of Solomon 13:1. Surely vain are all men by nature who are ignorant of the most high. That's why it says, with all that getting get understanding, Proverbs the 4th chapter. And could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is, neither by considering the works that they acknowledge the workmaster. See, you have to acknowledge the workmaster. And when you acknowledge the workmaster, you acknowledge your brother that's like yourself, right? Because the Lord said, he that hates his brothers in darkness, First John the 2nd chapter. So, hey, when they say God is love, that's what that means. God is love. Well, hey, that's the keeping of commandments. What did the Lord tell you to do? You know. See, one must apply these things, man. Anyway, it says second verse, but deemed either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be gods which govern the world. Vain are men by nature who are ignorant of the Most High. All right. Everybody and their mama's acknowledging the winds and the stars and this and that. You know, they're giving credit to everybody, everything else except the Most High Abashim Ashai, who governs the world and it stretched out the heavens. That let's tell you in Isaiah the 40th chapter. It says what? To whom will you liken me, man? Isaiah chapter 40. And verse 10, it says, behold, the Lord Yahweh Shemashai will come with a strong hand, and his arm shall rule for him, right hand. And behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd, and he shall gather the lambs with his arms, and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are with young. Who had measured the waters in the hollow of his hand, and meted out heaven with the span, and comprehended the dust of the earth in a measure, and weighed the mountains in scales and hills in a balance? Who have directed the spirit of the Lord, and being his counselor have taught him? With whom took he counsel, and who instructed him and taught him in the path of judgment, and taught him knowledge and showed him the way of understanding? Behold, the nations are a drop of a bucket and are counted as a small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. Therefore, when he bringeth this judgment down on their asses, that's a very little thing. I don't have to explain that to you people. Yeah, but he already explained it through his word, through his prophets. You know, everybody, man, this is not right. Why is the Lord doing this? Look, the Lord said the nations, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. The nations are as a drop of a bucket. I do what I want to do with you people out there, man. You know, but yet and still he's merciful and just in his way and how he deals. He lets you live out your lives. He lets you have your governments. You know, he lets you talk shit. You know, but now he's gonna turn around and judge you, man. You know, so he take up the isles is a very little thing, and Lebanon is not sufficient to him, nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations are before him as nothing; they are counted to him less than nothing, and vanity. To whom will ye liken the Most High? Or what likeness will ye compare unto him? All right. So to whom will you liken me, man? And to whom will you compare me? The first author of beauty, man. All right. So Wisdom of Solomon 13:4. But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier he is that made them. That made what? The fire, the wind, the swift, the air, the circle of the stars, the violent water, the lights of heaven. How much mightier is he that made them? For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures, proportionally the maker of them is seen. By the greatness and beauty of the creatures, the power of the Lord is seen. So when these, like the scoffer came up earlier, he was like, man, how you believe in things you're not seeing? Man, the Lord is all around you, man. You know, and the intricate design of everything that surrounds you, man. The body, how the body works, heal itself. You know, the salt of Jake, even though they're wicked as hell, that's the Most High in them, man. That's the Lord in them. You know, the Spirit bear witness, Romans 8:16, that we are the children of the Most High, man. You know, so hey, you look at everything around you, man. How the earth works, the cycle of the moon and stars. It says it's a light that decreases in perfection, man. Sirach 43. You know, that's evident token of the manifest power of the Lord, man. Earthquakes, diverse places, man. You know, When you look at fire, the flame, how it works, how it has a life of its own, dogs, cats, you know, everything, man, everything spiritual. But a nigga is too fucking dead to understand this. So he'll say in his heart that the Lord is no power. You niggas are too dead to understand that the Most High lives and His Spirit is in all things. You know, that's what gives somebody breath of life, man. You know, give you a personality and give you this and that, right? You got this the spirit, man, that's within a man. But now you got many wicked spirits that's possessing these people, man. That's why it says in Psalms, the 51st chapter, renewing me a clean spirit, you know, a right spirit, upright spirit. Okay, so it says, Wisdom of Solomon 13 and verse 5, by the greatness and beauty of the creatures, proportionally the maker of them is seen. Yet for this they are less to be blamed, for they are peradventure errs, seeking the Most High and desiring to find him. But for being conversant in his works, they search him diligently and believe their sight, because the things that are beautiful are seen, that are seen. Howbeit, neither are they to be pardoned, for if they were able to know so much that they could aim at the world, how did they not sooner find out the Lord thereof? But miserable are they, and in dead things is their hope, who called them gods, which are works of men's hands, gods, gold and silver, to show art in, and resemblances of beasts and of stone, good for nothing, the work of an ancient hand. Yeah, so everything outside this truth is good for nothing. All right. Now a carpenter that filleth timber after he have sawn down a tree, meat for the purpose, and taken off the bark skillfully round about, have rotted handsomely and made a vessel thereof fit for the man's service of man's life. And after spending the refuse of his work to dress his meat, hath filled himself and taken the very refuse amongst those which served to no use, being a crooked piece of wood full of knots, have carved it diligently when he had nothing else to do, and formed it by the skillfulness of his understanding, and fashioned it to the image of man. Right. Hey, like I tell you in Jeremiah the 10th chapter, you know, one taketh the deck, right? One taketh the tree, decketh it, right? Lord said, learn not the way of the heathen. That's these people, man, which are ignorant of the Lord's righteousness. They're sitting up there worshiping some damn Mecca stone, cobblestone, you know, worshiping some white man image. That's that's them that's ignorant of the Lord. Well, that's all our people. Only we know the Lord, man. You know, so therefore we push his word, we push his understanding, his wisdom throughout the earth, whether they hear or whether they forbear, man. And see, the Lord is so cold that, you know, he already told you what he was going to do to you, and yet you still don't understand. That's why it says, what? I'll work in your times that you will not believe, even though it be told unto thee. That's how cold the Lord is, man. So 2 Edges 13 and 3 and 13, it says, now when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from amongst them whose name was Abraham, who he made a covenant with, which you read Genesis 17:19, and whom thou lovest, and unto him thou showedest thy will. And see, the Lord only showed his will to the faithful, like Abraham, and made us an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. The Lord never forsook us, man. Hebrews 13 and 5. It says, I will never leave thee, I'll never forsake thee. The first form, it says what in Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 1. It says the spirit of wisdom preserved the first form father of the world and kept him from his fall. Right? So here it is. Abraham was not forsaken. We're not forsaken. You know, even though the situation looks dire, you know, but hey, the Lord's there, you know. In the background, he's just pushing you. He said he'd give his angels charge over thee, right? Psalms 91. I give my angels charge over thee. Keep thee in all thy ways, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. You know. So it says it made his everlasting covenant with him, promised him that he would never forsake his seed. For 16 verse. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also whom thou gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee and put by Esau. And so Jacob became a great multitude. And after it became a great multitude, it started to wax old, wax wicked, you know. But hey, again, there's a remnant according to the grace of the Lord, which know the Lord, which the Lord has revealed himself to. He said, Hosea 5:15, I'll return to my place until they acknowledge their offense, and their affliction they shall seek me early. So the Lord is revealing himself to those that have not acknowledged the artificer, their offense to the artificer, you know. Okay, so it says, Sirach 44 and verse 17. It says, Noah was found perfect and righteous in the time of wrath, and he was taken in exchange for the world. See, the Lord's going to take us in exchange for the world, bro. You know, in exchange for all these niggas, the Lord told you, Sirach 16 and forget exactly where it's at, but it's in the 16th chapter. It says, one man that is worthy or righteous is better than 1,000, you know. So the Lord took Noah in ransom for the world, in exchange for the world. And I'm gonna leave all these niggas behind, and I'm gonna take Noah and his sons. All right, he was taken in exchange for the world, because he said he looked down, he seen in Psalms 14th chapter and Psalms the 53rd chapter. He looked down, seeing that everyone was wicked, you know. And so, in Isaiah 9:17, all hypocrite and everyone was an evildoer, you know. But Noah, he said Noah is a perfect just man, all his generations, in Genesis the 6th chapter. Noah was just and a perfect man, all his generations, just like Job. So therefore, Job was one of those men as well, you know. And therefore, he couldn't have been an Edomite, like you dumbasses say, you know. So Noah was found perfect and righteous in the time of wrath. He was taken in exchange. The time of wrath, the Lord brought water, a flood, and he was taken in exchange for the world. Therefore, he was left as a remnant on the earth. And when the flood came, an everlasting covenant was made with him, that all flesh shouldn't perish no more by the flood. Abraham was a great father of many people, and glory was there none like unto him. All God's children are special, but not like you. You see? You might have nigga LeBron James got his glory, Michael Jordan, or you know, Michael Jackson, The Weeknd, all one of these niggas got their glory. They all got their glory. But it's incomparable to the glory that is going to receive, that's going to be received by you men of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? The glory that shall be revealed in you, hey, that pales in comparison, man. Whatever the fuck these niggas did on this side, it says what they have received their consolation, man. You know. So hey, Bad Bunny, the nigga put out an album, and all these hoes on, you know. This is that's their glory. They gotta sell out to the white man. They gotta be unfaithful. You know, they got hey to get their glory. That's good for them, you know. But hey, that's nothing compared that pales in comparison, man. So it says, in glory there was none like unto him, like Abraham, who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh, and when he has proved, he was found faithful. Genesis 22, he was proved and found faithful. You know, on the brink of sacrificing Isaac. That's getting proved. That's the type of faith you're supposed to have, man. Look, I'll sacrifice my own child. You know. Therefore, he assured him by oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, which the Lord's going to do, exalt us as the stars, and cause them to inherit the sea to sea, and from the river onto the uttermost part of the earth. Hey, that's the intricacies of the scripture, because it doesn't say Abraham was an Israelite, because Jacob was the Israelite, right? Originally. Hey, but that's how you know it is talking about the sons of God, man. The sons of the wicked and the sons of of men, right? You got the sons of God. Abraham was a son of God, just like the original Adam was a son of God, just like Job was a son of God. You know, a son of the power, one of them spirits created, man, one of the Elohim. So before they were called Israelites, they were called sons of God, man, spirits, you know, right hand side spirits that the Lord made a covenant with. So therefore, that word is entering into them at the end. So it says, Sirach 44 and verse 22. With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessing of all men and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob, and he acknowledged him in his blessing and gave him a heritage and divided his portions among the 12 tribes of Israel did he part them. And amongst the 12 tribes did he part them. All right, so hey, here it is. Um, here it is, man. Everything is being fulfilled, man, and that blessing and that covenant that the Lord made with us is being established upon the earth. The fullness of it will come upon the return of our Lord, you know, where we'll be changed as gods on the earth, man. You know, so right now the Lord's visiting the earth which he made and starting to open up the wrath that he told the angels to hold back. It says that hurt neither the earth nor the sea, Revelation the 7th chapter, until I have sealed the servants of my power in their foreheads. Hurt not the earth nor the sea, man. Revelation 7. So right now the earth is getting hurt, man, because the elect are being sealed. Them winds are not being held back. See that wind that brought back that destruction over there and that land and LA and all that. Them winds, that wind, they kept talking about the wind, the wind, the wind, the wind. And the Lord said he's conversing in the wind, man, and the fire. Because he's repaying all you wicked, man, to your face. See, because the Lord is a power that executes vengeance, man, for the oppressed. All right. So Revelation 7 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels stand on the 4 corners of the earth, holding for the 4 winds of the earth. The Lord says, conversing in wind and fire. That's how he speaks. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. Psalms 9:16. That the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor any tree. I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of a living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, nor the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. So, hey, that's happening before your eyes, your very eyes, man. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. There were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel, 12,000 of each tribe, a multitude that was covered in white garments. That's why it says, Baruch, the 5th chapter, arise and stand, O Israel, look by thee towards the east, put on the garments of your salvation, put off the garments of mourning, put on now the garments of salvation, right? So anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. Psalm 7, I'm gonna go back, Deuteronomy 7:10, which is the title of the lesson. It say, and the Most High shall repay, actually, 9th verse. Know therefore that the Lord Yahweh Shema shall have power. He is the Most High, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations, meaning forever. In other words, forever. And repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to them that hate him, and he will repay him to his face. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and statutes and the judgments which I command thee this day to do them. Because the Lord is a consuming fire, Deuteronomy 4:24, a jealous power, a consuming fire. That's why it says, Hebrews 10:38, 39, says what is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. You know. So the Lord is visiting the earth which he made, and he repaying them that hate him to their face. That's how the Lord works. He's not a sneak disser. The Lord The Lord is not a sneak disser, man. That's a video, you know. Babe, with that, I leave brothers. And I say, call him like how by Shem Shai, by Shem Kakwadash. Double honors to our teachers, man. Peace I take to you brothers out there, man. All right. They gave us, they give this hope. You know what I'm saying? They bring forth this word, the glad tidings, man. That will make you the hopeful election, you know. Because who else is doing that thing, man? So with that, anyway, shalom, man, and hey, enjoy what the Lord is doing, man, because the Lord is executing, avenging the blood of his servants upon the whore. I tell you in Revelation 18 and 20, or is it 19 or 20? I think yeah, no, 18 and 20. It said, rejoice thou over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. In other words, enjoy what the Lord is doing. All right, so that shalom, shalom.